Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to wax the bottom of your bisqueware. Right, so these were all wheel thrown and are ready to be glazed. Some are better than others, but the most important thing we want to do is to mark 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. So on a ruler like this that only has the 8 spaces, that would be 2/8 of an inch starting from the 0. So I'm going to show you how to do that first because that's important. Now on this foot is actually 1/4 of an inch, so I don't even need to mark that one. So I'm just going to go ahead and wax resist that whole thing because that's an easy one to do. This one is not marked. I mean, it doesn't have such an easy to define foot. So I will go ahead and mark that out. So I will lay my ruler at the 0 at the edge here, and I will literally just rotate and mark that in as many, like probably in like 10 different times. And you can kind of get a feel for like where that's going to stop, but it's still like a good idea to go ahead and just rotate and mark. And the idea is that you don't want the glaze to get, the glaze will drip. And you can see on this one that the glaze has actually dripped. And this is a blue rutile glaze from the bucket. And you definitely need to mark it so that it actually doesn't go to the bottom. Now here's an example of where I did a poor job of wax resisting. So you have to be careful when you wax resist, because if you get it anywhere that you don't want it, it's going, like this spot and this spot here, it's going to resist the glaze. Okay, so I'll show you how to be careful doing that. Okay, so we have it now marked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just wax resist both of those. Okay, so you're going to grab a container that says wax resist. You're going to get a brush. Make sure that you grab it from the wax resist brushes, which I will show you in class. Okay, so you're going to open the lid here, set it down, and then you're going to essentially just paint this along the bottom edge. Carefully, like I said before, because you don't want it to go anywhere on the mug that you don't want it. So I generally do, I put my one hand on the inside and hold it steady like this, and I just lightly rotate it as I go. A little bit goes a long way. You don't need to load your brush up a lot, and it dries really quickly. So I'm just using those marks with the pencil as an indicator, and I have done my full revolution around that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just wax resist the entire bottom. Now in this piece, I could leave this free, like wax free, and it would actually show the glaze. And that looks really nice, but for beginners, I'm gonna have you avoid doing that, just so you get used to waxing the whole entire thing. And that will be ready to actually dip in just a moment. And I will go ahead and do this one. Like I said before, this one has a really strong foot on it, so I don't even need to mark where 1/4 of an inch is, because when I measured it, that was basically the foot. So once again, I am just rotating. I am not loading my brush up with a lot of wax, just a little. Going all the way around, and then going to wax the bottom. Now, if you don't wax your glaze, then you have to wipe the bottom off yourself manually, and it does take more time. You still have to wipe it off because a little bit of the glaze will stick. But the idea is, if you do not wax the bottom here, it'll stick to the kiln shelf, because this is essentially glass. Okay? And here's another example where I did not actually wax the inside, and it looks really pretty. This one did get waxed along the bottom. There you go.